My name is Sarah Mitchell and I'm 32 years old. 5 minutes ago I signed papers selling my company for $30 million. But exactly 3 years ago tonight I stood in what used to be my home, listening to my husband David say the words that destroyed everything. You need to apologize to Lisa. My sister would never do what you're accusing her of. Blood is thicker than water, Sarah. Those words, they still echo in my skull like shrapnel. Lisa, David's 29-year-old sister, the woman who stole my $200,000 promotion, seduced my company's CFO, and sent anonymous emails that destroyed the career I built over 8 years. And my husband? He chose to believe her. But here's what makes my stomach turn even now. 2 years before any of this happened, at my own wedding, Lisa got drunk and whispered something in my ear while we were dancing. "You're too perfect, Sarah. I just want to take something from you. And I will." I laughed it off, drunk rambling from a jealous sister-in-law. How could I have known she meant every single word? Have you ever felt like the entire world turned against you? When the person who vowed to protect you becomes the one wielding the knife. That night, when David handed me papers, not divorce papers, but a family reconciliation agreement his mother drafted, demanding I publicly apologize to Lisa for false accusations, I realized the truth. I wasn't just losing my job, I was losing my husband to his sister. Today, Lisa is sitting in my company's lobby, begging for a minimum wage job. David's been texting since dawn. The last one just says, "Please," one word, 17 times. And me? I'm about to tell you exactly how karma works when you're patient enough to let it destroy the right people. But first, if you believe family betrayal is the ultimate unforgivable sin, subscribe to this channel and tell me in the comments, would you forgive or destroy someone who chose blood over vows? Let me rewind to 4 years ago. I was 28, senior marketing manager at Preston Associates, one of the city's most prestigious agencies. David and I had just celebrated our 5th anniversary in Santorini. Instagram perfect life, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. What I didn't know then, what I only discovered last month through a private investigator, was that Lisa had been planning this for 2 years. She found David's Facebook in college, saw my success stories he shared, and deliberately befriended his mother first. She spent months building Margaret's trust before ever meeting me. The long game of a sociopath. The pressure campaign started subtly. Sunday dinners became interrogations. "Sarah, you work in marketing. Lisa studied marketing too." Then it escalated. "Could you review Lisa's resume?" Finally, the direct assault. "Your company is hiring. Why won't you help family?" Margaret, my mother-in-law, had a favourite phrase that makes my skin crawl even now. "Lisa's still young. She needs help." Lisa was 25, 2 years out of college, 6 jobs in 24 months. The reasons? Always someone else's fault. Bosses don't understand talent. Jealous co-workers. Toxic environment. I should have run when I saw the warning signs. Her birthday toast to me still makes me nauseous. "Sarah's so successful, I wonder if I had what she has, could I do it better?" Or when she randomly met my boss at Starbucks. "Sarah talks about you constantly, she seems stressed." Her Instagram posts from my office during visits, studying every detail like a burglar casing a house. But I loved David, and I thought, what harm could one recommendation do? March 2021. Lisa hired as junior account manager on my team, $70,000 starting, 20% above market because of my recommendation. The celebration dinner, Lisa raised her glass, and I swear her eyes glittered like a predator's. "Thank you, Sarah. You won't regret this. Everything changes starting now." She wasn't lying. Everything did change, in the worst possible way. Lisa's first 8 weeks were a masterclass in manipulation, perfect employee by day, Early arrival, detailed notes, constant volunteering. But I noticed patterns that made my instincts scream. She only stayed late when CFO Thomas was around, only volunteered for high visibility projects. Every small win became a company-wide LinkedIn post tagging everyone who mattered. My biggest client, Morrison Technologies, $2 million annual contract, started requesting Lisa specifically. Fresh perspective, they said. Lisa played humble. Just learning from Sarah. Behind my back, private lunches with Morrison's CEO. Team building, she called it. My gut churned every time she smiled at me afterward. Then came the emails. Anonymous Gmail accounts sending Morrison concerns about account management. Screenshots of Slack messages taken out of context. Invoices with errors I never made. It couldn't trace the source, but the timing was surgical. Always after I disagreed with Lisa about strategy. The killing blow came during the annual Morrison review, the presentation that would determine contract renewal. 3 weeks of preparation, every slide perfect, every data point verified. Lisa volunteered to review slides to learn. Morning of the presentation, my USB corrupted. Convenient, right? Lisa heroically produced her backup. But those weren't my slides. She'd positioned herself as lead strategist, me as supporting supervisor. Morrison's CEO looked at me with disappointment that still haunts me. Sarah, seems Lisa's carrying this account. Perhaps we should reconsider team structure. The senior director position opened. 8 years experience, stellar portfolio. I was the obvious choice. Lisa had 5 months experience. But Lisa was secretly dating CFO Thomas. I'd see her leaving his apartment at 7 a.m., her dress from the night before wrinkled. Thomas influenced the CEO. Suddenly I was not ready for leadership. Lisa got promoted to Senior Account Director, a position created just for her, above mine. She became my boss. Lisa called me into her new office, my dream office, and smiled like a snake. Sarah, you know I adore you, but the company needs fresh leadership. Maybe you should explore opportunities elsewhere. I'll write you a glowing recommendation. My hands shook, my vision blurred, but I kept my voice steady. You planned this. She tilted her head, innocent as poison. I earned this. I came home that night, mascara streaked, shaking with rage that felt like electricity under my skin. David was watching TV with Lisa. She was crying on my sofa, in my home, wearing a sweater I'd bought her for Christmas. Sarah! David stood, and I saw it in his eyes. He'd already chosen sides. Lisa told me what happened at work. You've been bullying her? The word hit me like a physical blow. Bullying? Bullying? My voice cracked. She just stole my promotion, Lisa sobbed harder, theatrical tears that would win her an Oscar. I just did my job well. It's not my fault the company recognized talent. I pulled out my phone, showed David everything, emails, screenshots, timelines of Lisa's manipulation mapped out like a military campaign. His response destroyed what was left of my heart. You're paranoid. Lisa isn't sophisticated enough for this. Besides, you can't prove she sent anonymous emails. David, she's sleeping with the CFO. That's her private life. Are you jealous because my sister's successful? The next day, emergency family meeting. Margaret, David's mother, sitting like a judge. Lisa with crocodile tears. David's father, silent but clearly team wife. The living room felt like a courtroom where I was already convicted. Margaret's voice dripped condescension. Sarah, you're tearing this family apart with baseless accusations. Baseless? She admitted wanting to take what I have. Lisa's voice went small, victimized. I was drunk and joking. You hold grudges. David, my husband, who vowed to protect me, looked me in the eye. Sarah, you need to apologize now. Apologize for being backstabbed? Then came the words that ended our marriage. Each one deliberate, calculated, cruel. You know what? Mum's right. You've changed since your promotion. You think you're better than my family, but remember this. Wives are replaceable, but I only have one sister. Blood is thicker than water. The room went silent. Even Lisa looked shocked. David's hand trembled, reaching toward me, then pulling back, like he wanted to take the words back, but couldn't. His jaw worked, swallowing something, pride, regret, maybe both. The grandfather clock ticked. My wedding ring suddenly felt like it was burning my finger, but not as much as the realization burning in David's eyes. He knew. He knew he'd just destroyed us for someone who'd destroy him next. I stood eerily calm, the kind of calm that comes before destruction. You just made your choice. Remember this moment when you're alone. As I walked upstairs to pack, I heard David tell Lisa, "You better be telling the truth." Her response? "Would I lie to you, big brother?" The doubt in his voice told me he already knew the answer, but it was too late. He'd already destroyed us. The next morning, HR called. Lisa had filed a formal complaint. Hostile work environment. Bullying from subordinate. 3 witnesses, all Lisa's recently hired friends. My options were simple and brutal. Resign with neutral reference or be fired with permanent record. I resigned. Lisa smirked as I cleared my desk, the desk I'd earned through 8 years of excellence. "No hard feelings, Sarah. It's just business." I stopped, turned, looked her dead in the eye. "You're right, it is just business, remember that." David was shocked when I filed for divorce. "You can't be serious over a job." "No, because you chose to destroy me alongside your sister. You're being dramatic. Lisa's just ambitious. And you're just pathetic." The next 6 months were hell. Unemployed because Lisa spread rumours I was unstable. Divorced, David got the house claiming I was irrational. Blacklisted from major agencies. Living with my parents at 29, watching Lisa thrive on LinkedIn with my achievements repackaged as hers. Rock Bottom has a basement, and I found it. Day 37 without work, I applied to be a receptionist at a dental office. They Googled me, found Lisa's LinkedIn posts about toxic former supervisors. Rejection within an hour. Night 43, my mother found me on the bathroom floor, laptop balanced on my knees, applying for remote work under a fake name. She held me while I sobbed into her shoulder, the same shoulder I'd cried on at 5 years old with skinned knees. Except now I was 29, and the wounds weren't visible. Then Morrison's CEO called. Private number. My hands trembled as I answered. "Sarah, I just fired Lisa and Thomas. An audit revealed $500,000 in embezzlement. IT finally cracked those anonymous emails, all from Lisa's laptop. I owe you an apology and an offer." My knees buckled. Vindication tastes like copper and victory. Morrison wanted me to build a competitor agency. Full funding. CEO position. One condition: destroy Preston and Associates. When do I start? 18 months of strategic building. I became a machine fueled by determination and the sweetest kind of revenge, success. Month 1 through 3, I recruited Preston's best, all mistreated by Lisa. Month 4 through 9, secured 10 major clients tired of Lisa's incompetence. Month 10 through 15, developed strategies Preston couldn't match. Month 16 through 18, grew from 5 to 50 employees. Launch day. Morrison Marketing Solutions announced. Preston stock dropped 30% in a week. Year 2, 15 million revenue. Year 3, acquired 2 smaller agencies. Today, 30 million valuation. And me? Married to James, who supported me from day 1. 7 months pregnant with our first child. Living in the penthouse David once showed me in magazines, saying, "Someday." Someday came. Just not with him. Lisa wasn't just fired, she was prosecuted. $100,000 fine, 2 years probation, criminal record that follows her like a shadow. No agency would touch her. Her desperation timeline reads like a tragedy she wrote herself. Month 1, she tried selling business consulting courses online. 7 sign-ups, all requesting refunds when they Googled her embezzlement case. Month 3, she pitched herself as a reputation management expert to small businesses. The irony was lost on her, not on them. Month 6, caught shoplifting makeup from the store where she'd once spent thousands. Security recognized her from her old Instagram flexing. Month 8, she applied to my company for a janitor position. David's descent after our divorce was poetic justice. Lisa moved in after becoming homeless. She stole his identity, maxed out credit cards, $45,000 in debt. When he confronted her, she said words that probably echo in his head. "You owe me. You let Sarah ruin me." She stole his mother's jewelry to pawn. Even Margaret finally saw Lisa's true nature. Too late. The damage was done. Last week's email from David made me feel nothing. That's the best revenge. Indifference. "Sarah, you were right about everything. Lisa is evil. I lost everything because I didn't trust you. Please give me another chance. I love you. P.S. I also lost my job. Could you hire me?" Industry gala last week. I was keynote speaker. David and Lisa somehow got tickets. She cornered me in the bathroom, desperation rolling off her in waves. "Sarah, please, I'm desperate. Just any job. We're family." I looked at her in the mirror. The predator had become prey. "Family? You ended that when you destroyed me." "I'm sorry, I was young and stupid." "No, you were calculated and evil. The difference is now everyone knows." David waited outside. "Sarah, I know I don't deserve—" James, my husband, appeared, protective hand on my back. "Is he bothering you, love?" David saw James, saw my wedding ring, a diamond that caught the light like justice, saw my pregnant belly. His face crumbled like the life he threw away. "No, honey, he's just nobody from the past." This week's announcement sent shockwaves through the industry. My company acquired Preston Associates. When I signed the acquisition papers, I couldn't help but smile. Lisa was right about one thing. Everything did change, starting from that dinner. Just not the way she planned. They'd been struggling since the scandal, hemorrhaging clients and talent. First executive order, lifetime ban for Lisa and David from all properties. Second, the Lisa protocol, mandatory background checks and psychological evaluations for all family hires. It's now taught in business schools as a case study. Lisa's legacy isn't success. It's a cautionary tale with her name on it forever. Third, rehired everyone Lisa wronged with compensation packages and formal apologies. Lisa's LinkedIn post under a fake name yesterday. "Great leaders lift others up. IP banned in 6 hours." She doesn't learn. Sociopaths rarely do. Quick update on everyone. Lisa, selling kitchen knives door to door, living with distant relatives who don't know her history yet. David, retail job, living with parents, dating profile says, seeking loyal woman who values family. The irony could choke him. Margaret, disowned Lisa after the jewelry theft, sent me a letter last month. "I was wrong about everything. You were the daughter I should have protected." I sent it back unopened. Some bridges, once burned, illuminate the path forward. Me, CEO, happily married, baby due next month, speaking at conferences about turning betrayal into business. Remember that wedding confession? The private investigator found more. Lisa's laptop had a folder titled Project Sarah, dating back to college. Screenshots of my achievements. Photos from David's social media. A literal playbook for infiltrating my life. 2 years of planning to destroy a stranger who had what she wanted. If you're listening thinking, this couldn't happen to me, I thought the same. Red flags I ignored. family pressure overriding instinct, partner choosing family over spouse, workplace sabotage disguised as competition, emotional manipulation from loved ones. Your worth isn't determined by family approval. Success doesn't need validation from those who don't respect you. Sometimes losing everything is the only way to gain what you deserve. This week, David's lawyer sent a letter. He wants part of my company for emotional investment during marriage. My lawyer replied with one word: no. And me? I'm sitting in what used to be Lisa's office, looking over the city, rubbing my belly, thinking, Karma isn't a bitch. She's a CEO. Blood might be thicker than water, but respect, trust, and success earned through integrity, those are thicker than blood. If you've been betrayed by family, undermined by those who should support you, remember, your revenge isn't destroying them. It's thriving despite them. Subscribe for more stories of karma serving justice cold. Comment below. Would you forgive David or cut him off forever? And if you have a similar story, share it. We're a community of survivors, not victims. I'm Sarah Mitchell, and this was my whisper of revenge.